Hi, Tara Sullivan from the Boston Globe. Cayden, I was just curious if you could describe what happened on that collision relatively early in the third period, and just how injured or how bad was it, if you had any thought of coming out, and just how you managed from that point on.
It was a play where they tried to go to the back door, and the guy was crashing the net, and he hit me in the groin area, so it was a little bit of a stinger. But I wasn't ready to come out of the net at any point.
Jim?
Thank you. Jim Conley from U.S. College Hockey Online. Cayden, Lincoln Griffin gets the game-winning goal, but I think it was about 2 minutes left, and there's a face-off, and BC wins it clearly, and it's going to be a slap shot, and he goes down and blocks the shot. Can you just talk about like the little things like that affected tonight's game?
Yeah, all night guys were doing that. They were bought in, and they showed a commitment to do the little things, and that's what makes teams successful. That's what makes us successful. So when we're doing that kind of stuff, we're coming out on top. So it's just keep doing those things, and we're just gonna keep rolling.
Right here in the middle.
Mike Buzangara, Huntington News. Eric, obviously this tournament means so much every year, but how much more did it mean for you this year to take on the title in this your senior year?
It's incredible. It's such a great feeling to get a win in my last Beanpot tournament. But I'm also extremely happy for the freshmen who haven't experienced this feeling yet. So it's an amazing feeling. It's something none of us are ever going to forget. And I wish I could play in this tournament every year until the day I die. So it's that much fun.
Anything else for our student athletes? Take one in front here.
Nathan Fournier, USCHO. Cayden, obviously, you started last year, but over the course of the year, last year's Beanpot, the World Juniors this winter, how did those two events help you for this Beanpot, last week and this week?
Definitely being on the big stage. You got to act like you've been there before, and so gaining that experience is huge for the confidence. And yeah, it's just every time you try to show up for big games, and that's ultimately what happened.
Jimmy Golan from the Associated Press. Either of the players, when you arrived at Northeastern, it had been decades since the school had won. I mean, how did you view the Beanpot? Did it seem even fathomable that you would win, let alone win 2 in a row?
I think not having won it in so long, there was obviously some pressure there, but I think everybody in the locker room coming into the tournament every year was so eager to be the first team to break that streak. And being able to do that last year really got us to experience that feeling and made us want to experience that feeling again this year and every year going forward. So I think every guy in this locker room wanted it as much as possible. And just around campus, everyone realizes how big it is. You talk to teachers, students, just other staff. Every time you run into them, they're asking if you're going to win the Beanpot this year. And it's all anyone talks about. And it's something we mark on our calendars every year. So it's something we really look forward to.
If I could just ask one of each of you, Cayden, I just did want to ask you, just your emotions, what it feels like, just to be part of this at the end. And Eric, if you could just speak to kind of the way he played, particularly down the stretch there for you guys.
It's unbelievable. There really are no words to describe it. There's so many emotions running through the veins and the body. So, there's an adrenaline high right now. Don't know how long it's going to be until we come off that, but it's a hard tournament to win, and to be able to do it back to back with this group, and then the incoming freshmen to be able to experience it as well it's unbelievable. There really are no words.
He was unbelievable tonight and last week. We don't win this tournament without him. He gives our team so much confidence. He gives our defense confidence, taking more risks, staying up to make plays. Like Coach said, there were times we were on our heels in this game, and he bailed us out several times tonight. So he was incredible, and we feel very confident having him in our net.
Take one last one for our students with Jim here.
Eric, could you describe what the feeling on the bench was like when it became a 3-2 game and suddenly you were in a real hockey game?
Tight.
It was nerve-wracking. You know, I think we were a little bit too worried about protecting the lead at times rather than going out and winning the game and kind of putting the nail in the coffin and maybe getting another goal. But we tried to stay positive on the bench, keep the energy up, and stick to the staples of our game that we're so good at. So we're just trying to preach that, stick to what we do well, and it'll end up well for us.